We all got skills. We have talents and we have passions. But mine happens to be sex. This is the Funsexual podcast with your oversharing swinky best friend, Majesty. And I'm talking sex and all of the ways and all of the things that make sex, well, fun. Hello, friends. If you usually listen to the Funsexual podcast on Fridays, I'm sorry that I couldn't get this episode out on Friday. This week was a stressful ass week. It was a lot this week for me. Because I had a lot to do today. I'm working on a new project. I'm getting ready to start a new job, so I'm trying to cram some things in that I would like to cram in before I can't and before my time is a lot more limited. It was a very busy week. I had a lot of overwhelming things to do on my to-do list this week. And surprisingly, I got almost all of it done outside of recording this episode. So you're getting it a little bit late, but this is me doing this today, and literally I'm looking at the clock right now. I have a bit of just enough time to record. I can't even edit when I'm done. I have just enough time to record before I have a little play date. But this is me holding myself accountable. The word for this year for me really was accountability, because I am somebody who will quickly and easily, if I'm faced with too much resistance, I'll just say, fuck it, I'm done. Or, sometimes I don't have the best self-control with things. And so I'm trying to practice discipline, and in the ways that I'm trying to practice discipline, I know that it's a muscle that you train and you do it over and over again, and it's a muscle that gets stronger. So me recording this episode, even though it's a day late, is really an act of self-discipline for me. And we gonna knock it out, okay? Because I got something to talk about that has been bothering me all week. But before I do that, I didn't even do my intro. Hello, friends. My name is Majesty. My friends call me Maj. The good boys and girls call me Mistress Majesty. And I'm also known as the motherfucking Play Party Princess. And a lot of other things. But today, I'm just Maj. I'm not feeling Mistress Majesty today. I don't even know if I'm really feeling Majesty today. I just feel very Maj today. I feel very Maj today. It's starting out to be an okay day so far compared to the last couple days I had. I've been in the gym a lot lately, which is another way that I've been trying to practice discipline by going to the gym. It's not realistic to me for me to make it to the gym every day, but any day that I can, I do. And so I went to the gym today. Today was a very easy day for me because I really just wanted to stretch. My body has been these last 2 or 3 days, my body was so sore from a workout earlier this week. And today I took it easy and I just did a lot of stretching. I did some yoga today. But I feel really good about it. So that's how my day has pretty much gone so far. And then just prepping for this episode and a few little other things that I had to do around the house. But this week, one of the reasons that this week has been really stressful for me, is because I am going through it with Mr. Man, Bay. I don't even remember what I've been calling him here, but we are just going through it. And I feel like right when we thought we were over it, we got back into it. And relationships are fucking hard. Relationships are really fucking hard, and they really are work. I don't think I realized how much work being in a relationship was until getting into this relationship. Again, this is my first relationship, and it's hard. It's hard work all the time. And then there's, then they're the good spots, they're the good moments and the good things, but then those hard times, you just be like, yo, what the fuck? How did we get here? And so I have been having one of those, what the fuck, how did we get here weeks? Yeah. And I'm kind of going to just leave it. I'm just going to kind of leave it at that for now. I will say something that one of the things that I've really enjoyed about this relationship has been going through rough patches and getting through them. Like when you go through a rough patch and then y'all get through it and y'all have learned something about yourself, you've learned something about each other, you've learned, how a new way for you guys to cope, you've learned something to do or not to do so that y'all cannot end up in that situation again. And that feels good. It feels really good to be like, yeah, I know we go through some bullshit sometimes, but we can get through it. That is a really good feeling. That I will say that is a really good feeling, and it's not something that I'm familiar with because shit get rough in a relationship, especially early on in a relationship. I'm doing one of these because I don't feel like relationships. This is me choosing you. I am choosing to do this. I am choosing to be in this relationship, and I'm not going to choose something that's hard or uncomfortable or unfair or whatever to me. I'm not purposely going to choose that. What I'm going to choose is something that feels good. And so if early on this shit gets rough, I'm usually like doing one of these, but we have had our ups and downs and we have stuck it out thus far. So, hopefully this is another bump in the road that we get through. But right now, this shit just fucking sucks. And to like compile onto that and then being just busy as fuck this week. Busy as fuck this week. I experienced a level of horny that I don't usually experience. I think people think that Majesty the Funsexual, y'all probably think I'm getting my back blown out on a regular basis or something like that. My primary partner lives in Florida. Okay, I see him once to twice a month, right? For a weekend, maybe a long weekend or something, once or twice a month. Outside of him, I really have maybe one other person that I play with, and I have. This is going to be an inaccurate statement, but the best way that I can say it, I basically have two play partners locally, and I see maybe one of them a month. That's it. That's all the dick that I get. Do y'all hear me? That is all the dick that I get. I do not have a lot of sex, despite what people may believe. And I also don't masturbate a lot. So basically what I'm saying is I don't have many orgasms on a regular basis, on a monthly basis. I'm not having regular orgasms. And I know that I could masturbate, but sometimes it's just, I don't want to masturbate. It's not what I want. Sometimes it's just not what I want. Okay? This week, on top of being busy as fuck and on top of being like stressed out, I was unnaturally I don't even know what words to put. I was just like uncomfortably horny. I was angry horny this week. It was really, really, really bad. It was really, really, really bad. There was a night that day I was extremely horny, but I like just got the work that I needed to get done. Whatever. That night, I was so horny. I was so horny that I cried. I was so horny that I was crying in bed that night. And that night I didn't go to bed until it was late as fuck when I went to bed. Maybe like 4 or something like that when I finally went to bed because I was in my bed crying because I was so horny. Which sounds pathetic a little bit. But that is what was going on. I felt like my clit was so like engorged, and it it most likely had a lot to do with the fact that me and Bae were in the middle of an argument, and I just felt like I needed some sort of release, and I know that that's just sort of an easy one to get, an easy and accessible one to get, but I needed it to happen in a certain way. I called one of my girlfriends, and she was like, girl, no, I didn't call her. I texted her. I was like, bitch, why am I in the bed? Like, I'm so horny that I'm crying. Because I remember I was talking to her earlier that day about just being extremely horny. And she helped me out on FetLife and was trying to help me find some dick on FetLife, which was fucking, FetLife it's an interesting place. It's good for what it's good for. And other than that, it's a cesspool of fucking bullshit. But I texted her and was like, bitch, I am so horny. Like, I'm literally in bed crying right now. She was like, girl, if you don't go masturbate and go to sleep, And obviously that had crossed my mind to masturbate, but like it was one of those hornies where if I masturbate, I could either be okay and like, live to see another day, or I could just end up more horny. And I was scared that I would end up more horny and I didn't know what that would look like. So at this point, I'm tired. I can't go to sleep. I can't call nobody over. It's late. I don't have access to the people that are local like that. I don't have access to them to be able to call them at 4:00 in the morning. One of them is married with kids and shit like that. And I wouldn't do that because he's working and shit like that. And the other one, he likes to have a 48-hour notice before sex, which is like, I don't even know if I'll be horny in 48 hours, but okay. Anyway, so I just don't have access to the people that I have locally like that to just be able to call them, but like, come over right now. So, at this point I said, fuck it. I'm just going to masturbate. I'm just going to do it. I don't want to, but I'm just going to do it. And I did. And unfortunately, it ended up on the bad side of that. And I ended up just being more horny after I masturbated. Eventually I just got so exhausted that I went to sleep. And when I woke up the next day, I went to the gym because I said, okay, I have all of this like energy right now that I need to expel in some way, and I need to keep myself being productive. So I went to the gym, had a good workout, and then I came home, showered, and I spent what was supposed to be time working on this, doing some work. I spent that time masturbating. Violently, aggressively, and for a long time. I spent about 2 hours masturbating. Right? And this is like, this I get horny, but this is the type of horny that I reach. The last time I remember reaching this level of horny was, it was almost a year ago. It was when I lost my job almost a year ago. I remember that day because that day I ended up taking Adderall. I remember that day I woke up. I was going to be productive today. I ended up taking some Adderall that day. And then I ended up also like microdosing some shrooms because they put the Adderall helps me focus. The shrooms makes me happy. And it was just something to boost my mood so I could be productive that day. And it made me ridiculous. I ended up losing my job. So now I have all of this. I'm ready to go. And I ended up losing my job. So then that day, I just used that time to master. Anyway, I'm saying that to say, I don't normally get this is another level of horny. I don't usually get this level of horny often. And so I was in that space. I was in that place. It was bad. It just felt like over the days, my clit was just becoming more and more engorged. And it was just like, I need that release. And I just couldn't get it myself. So yeah, this day ended up masturbating for a long time. And at one point in time, like the thought, you're horny when you start having just thoughts of just shit that you're like, I don't even think like this. I don't even do this. Why is this even on my mind right now? Level of horny. I live in an apartment. I was like, okay, can I what if I just go downstairs and like ask my neighbor? This whole man, this cute man downstairs. I said cute, not cute for the record, but this Q that lives downstairs and his girlfriend, such a nice couple, young couple, probably my age, maybe a little bit younger. I'm like, what if I just ask him for something? Like thoughts like that start crossing my mind. I'm like, okay, what if I just like find a stranger? What if I got on FetLife? I was, looking at people on FetLife. Like, can I invite this person over? Can I go to this person? Like, I started asking questions and like trying to do shit and figure things out to like get me some dick. And I needed some big dick. Like, I just needed some like big, just pounded out sex, right? I so many thoughts of like, you're horny when you start having these like ridiculously like crazy ass thoughts. I'm like, okay, so what if I get on some like Craigslist personals type shit, and I just like make a post and be like, this is my address, this is my door code, come in and fuck me and leave. Like, I would not actually do that, but that was like, it could have potentially happened. It was bad. It was so it was so fucking bad levels of horny. And when I had talked to Mr. Man about it, he was like, I mean, this kind of tracks because every time you get off your period, you're always horny when you get off your period. I've never tracked my horniness to like around my period, but I know when I'm ovulating, I'm usually horny, but like this was different, y'all. This was different. This was very, very different. I had just this literally walking around with like a little raging lady boner. Like just raging lady boner. And so the day that I ended up masturbating, me and Mr. Man were mad at each other, but I was like, I'm just gonna FaceTime him because sometimes when I'm masturbating, like I need to be watched. When I'm this level of horny from a masturbate, like I think I probably just needed the attention and the energy of somebody else in that moment. I don't know, but like I wanted somebody to watch and somebody to maybe give me direction or to tell me how sexy I looked. Like I kind of just needed that in that moment while I was masturbating. So I called Mr. Man, and I'm assuming he was at work. Even though we were mad at each other, I was very prepared for him to pick up the phone, and I was going to be like, listen, shut up and just watch. Just shut up and watch. That's it. But I think I called him and he didn't answer. So then I called someone else who ended up answering the phone. And this is a person that I've called before once I'm masturbating, shut up and watch. And so when they answered the phone, I think he kind of already knew what was going on. And I let him watch. My phone ended up dying. Like, then he was like, how you get to call me while you're masturbating, but I'll never get to call you with my dick on the screen? I said, I never told you that you couldn't call me with your dick on the screen. You have never just done it. Like, if you want to put your dick on the screen, put your dick on the screen. Like, let's give it a shot. But I'm just going to let you know that if you're calling me with your dick on the screen, I know what I like. And I'm going to need you to put your phone down and stand over your phone because I want to see you jerking off from below. I need to be able to look up at it. And when you come, I need you to be coming on the camera. I need to feel like it's like coming at me. That's what I need you to do if you're going to masturbate on the phone with me. And he was like, oh, you nasty. I was like, I mean, that's just what I like. I like what I like. And so while I was masturbating, he was on his way to the gym. And while he was at the gym, he went into one of the changing rooms and was jerking off in the bathroom. I was playing with my pussy in my bed. He was jerking off in the bathroom or the changing room. And let's say, phone down, camera on the phone, his cum pressed the screen. I saw the thing, iPhone, it says like this person has taken the screenshot. I saw the shit pop up. I said, oh, you're taking pictures now. He said, that wasn't even me. That was my cum. It was... It was great. It was great. It was fun. But let me be honest. After masturbating, and I had at least two decent orgasms. What normally would have been good orgasms were just like, okay, what's next type shit. And so I ended up having to say, all right, I need to wash my hands and clean up and get my life together and just be productive today. So that's what I ended up doing. Just being productive. Or trying to be productive, because usually when I'm frustrated or something like that, I try to use that energy because the frustration builds energy, right? And I try to use that energy to do something productive. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to grocery shop. I'm going to work on something. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to try to use that energy for good and not evil. But when you are so horny and so frustrated and so distracted that you can't even use your energy for good, you're like, what the fuck am I going to do? No matter what I do, all I can do right now is just think about like this release that I need that I'm not getting. So I tried to be productive. I did what I could that day, and I got a little bit done. Ended up doing a little more arguing later that day, and later that night, I ended up having a play date. I ended up having a play date with someone that I haven't gotten to play with in a while. And it was great. I needed it. I needed that dick so bad. And I hate feeling like I'm somebody who is like reliant or dick and needs it like that. But like it gets you, I get to a point where I be like, yo, something has to fucking give. Something has to fucking give. And I was there. I was very much there. And so, you know, honestly, he did the world a service because it was bad. I saw a tweet that said, who knew that going to the gym this often makes you want to hunch a lot? I'm over here thinking I'm ovulating. That been off. What is it about working out that brings out your inner whore? That shit, when I read that, I was like, could it be the working out that has me feeling like this? Could it really be going to the gym that has me feeling like this? I feel like it could be a combination of things, but could it be the working out? Maybe. That shit dangerous, bro. That shit is dangerous. Okay? It could be the working out. Like, could it be? I was also thinking, like, is this what 30-year-old horny, like 30-year-old libido looks like? Because I was told that when you turn 30, like, you just be on go all the time. Could this be what 30-year-old libido looks like? If this is what 30-year-old libido looks like, that's scary. I'm gonna have to have somebody in-house to serve it up on a regular if this is what 30-year-old libido is gonna look like. That's frustrating. That is frustrating. I can understand how, people be like, we often say that like men think with their dicks. I was very much thinking with my pussy. In what could have been a very dangerous way, y'all. It was a slippery fucking slope. It was a really slippery slope. Today I feel good though. Today I feel good. I think I feel good because I feel accomplished from getting so much shit done done this week in general. I also feel excited because I am, 20 minutes away from some more dick. Need that. Love that. Happy about that. Let me keep drinking my water. He liked to try to make me squirt. So I need to make sure that I'm hydrating. Cause yeah. Anyway. So yeah, what was this week? This week was horny. This week was stressful and this week was horny as fuck. That was the week for Maj. Okay. Now, let me put you on. And I'm really excited about this week's Let Me Put You On because it has been one of the things that I was working on this week, trying to put together, something that I am really fucking excited about, okay? So this week, I am going to put you on to, drum roll please, Kinky Kickback. What is Kinky Kickback, y'all? Kinky Kickback is my newest event. It is a monthly pick up play event centered around people of color and the sexual and kink experiences of people of color. The first one is going to be September 8th from 8 to 12 p.m. Tickets are on sale now, so if you are watching this, you can go ahead and cop your ticket. The link is in my bio on Instagram. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at TheFunsexual, the Funsexual. It's going to be a really, really dope event. Tickets right now are $35. On the day of, the price is going to go up to $40. So it is a pick up play event that is focused on like education and having conversations. So this first one is going to be Kink 101 in honor of it being back to school time. So yes, it's going to be very pleated skirt. It's going to be very nerdy glasses. It's going to be very buttoned up shirt. You know what I'm saying? Khaki pants. It's giving uniform. It's giving school boys and girls, right? I'm going to be walking around with some stickers, handing out stickers to the good boys and girls. And then maybe I'll have a ruler to punish some of the bad boys and girls of the space. And there's going to be a bondage for beginners class presentation demo. And I don't want to call it a class. Yeah, it's a class. It's going to be a class because it's Kink 101 school. But it's going to be a bondage 101 demo. And then there's going to be bondage 101, bondage for beginners and an impact 101 demo. And then I am going to have a conversation. I'm going to be facilitating a conversation around consent, negotiations, and then that intersectionality between like kink and BDSM and swing, because a lot of people I've spoke about it before a lot of people like to kick the swingers out when they're talking about kink, but swinging is kinky too, and there's a lot of BDSM aspects and DS play that happens within swing. So I want to just talk about the intersectionality between it. The kinky kickback is open to kinksters, swingers, the curious, the experts, the beginners, the people who are just seeking out a space that they might like. My thought in this was a few things. Number one, I've been in Philly for a year and I haven't really found a space that I really felt like home, like my kinky home. And I haven't really found a space that really prioritized consent in the ways that I am used to. So I wanted to bring that here. I also, on a Friday night, want to hang out with my friends. Like, I want to hang out with my kinky friends. I want to be able to kick back with my kinky friends and just talk and laugh and learn some shit, enrich some skills, practice something, meet some other kinky people. Like, I really want to create a space where I can bring the kinksters all into one area, because there's like little pots here and there, but like where there was no space where everybody could come to the table. So I wanted to bring a space where everybody could come to the table, and that space is going to be Kinky Kickback, September 8th at the Nest in Fishtown, Philadelphia. I really would love to see y'all there. If all goes well with this first event, you will see me monthly. I will be happy to bring y'all something monthly. And I have some ideas. It's not always just going to be just, this format of, demo, class, whatever. I wanted to do that because Kink 101, I wanted to make sure that this was like for the, open to the beginners. I didn't want it to be anything that was too intimidating for anybody. But we're going to have some fun. I have some really, really dope and really fun ideas. If you know me, I just be doing shit, y'all. And so I really think that this is going to be what Philly needs and kind of what I need a little bit. Like, I want to make some more kinky friends in Philly. Where are my kinky friends? I should be hanging out with my kinky friends on a regular basis, and it just don't be happening like that. So come out to the Kinky Kickback on September 8th. Again, link is in bio, and I will also put the information for Kinky Kickback and where you can purchase tickets and all that in the show notes for this week's episode. Okay. Now, before we go, I'm going to add a song to the Funsexual playlist. What is the Funsexual playlist, you ask? Glad that you asked. The Funsexual playlist is a list of songs to play to every episode. I add a new song to the Funsexual playlist. You can find the link to the Funsexual playlist in the show notes, and you can also find the link to the Funsexual playlist on Apple Music and Spotify in my bio on Instagram and on Twitter at the Funsexual. If you're listening and you're not following me, what you doing? What are you doing? Follow me. Tell your friends about me. Tell your friends to tell their friends about me. All right. So this week we are adding a song that I forgot about. It popped up on my Spotify this week, and I was like, "Yo, I love this song back in the day." Completely forgot about it. Completely forgot about this artist, honestly, and I need to pick him back up because he's fucking dope. So the artist is Xavier Omar, and the song is "Blind Man." That album altogether, I think it's called like Everlasting Love or something like that, or it's something like that. I think the album is called Everlasting Love. Yeah, something's telling me that's wrong. I'm not gonna look it up. Maybe I will. It's called The Everlasting Wave. Okay, I'm like, it's something. I was like, flow something. The Everlasting Wave, phenomenal album. It's a short album. I feel like it's like 10 songs or less, but it's like just really good. It's a really, really good, fun album. So definitely check out that song. Check out the Funsexual playlist. You know what I'm saying? It's a good freak nasty playlist. It got some hitters in there. All right. And before I go, I don't want to really give you a word of affirmation, but I do want to say that your mental health is really important. And we're all going through something. We are all dealing with something. I feel like I've said something, recently to this. Grant yourself some space and grace. Give the people around you some space and grace, because we need it. We need it. We just need a little bit more kindness and a little bit more love and a little bit more acceptance of one another. We really do. We really do. It's hard out here. Mentally, financially, it is hard out here. And if we can just lend a little bit more kindness and a little bit more grace to the people around us and to ourselves, we can do something special. And even if that something special is making sure that another person sees another day. That's it. Just be kind. Just be nice, Don't be judgy. Don't be mean. It's really hard. It's really hard. It's really easy to just be like nice and kind and and considerate. It's not hard to be considerate. It's really easy. Okay? I love y'all so much. So much. Thank you for rocking with me. When you're listening to this, if you listen on time, I love you. Sorry that you're getting this episode a little bit late, but I'm getting it to you. All right? Peace out, y'all. Bye.